This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. Kiss in the Dark by L.J. McAlister. Prologue. Abby. My heart is beating out of my chest as I hit send. This article is the result of 2.5 months' worth of work, and feels like the end of an era. Phew, I sigh as soon as the little whoosh signals to the world that the assignment is done. For one blissfully silent moment, I celebrate the fact that it's clearly my best work so far. I'm able to relax for only 15 seconds before I'm drumming my fingertips on the tabletop, burning to dive into whatever's next. One thing I've learned about myself, every time I reach a new goal, I'm instantly looking for the next challenge. To keep my hands busy, I shoot a text to my cousin Kelsey with the good news. The article is in. Drinks? She's never been one to return a text immediately, unless there's gossip involved, so I set my phone to the side and wait for it to buzz. Even so, if I know Kelsey, she'll leap at the offer of a drink. Still, I'm all fidgety over the need to share my big news, and the answer is obvious. Unlike Kelsey, my dad has a habit of answering on the first ring. True to form, he greets me with, "Hey, honey," in less than a second. "Hi, Dad, have you got a second?" "I can break away," he says, and I can almost smell the motor oil he's probably wiping off his hands as he steps away from his station. Once the auto shop background noise dies down, he asks, "What's up?" "I got my article in, 3 days ahead of the deadline." "That's great," he cheers, obviously happy for any success I achieve. "Which one is this again? The one about the health department or something?" Even with his enthusiasm, I can't help rolling my eyes. Dad can never keep one project straight from the next, and I have to remind myself to be patient. After all, I've never written anything that happened under the hood of a car, so most of it goes right over his head. "Good guess," I reply. "It's the one about the conditions of the state-run animal shelters and breeding rings." "Right," he says, and it's clear from his voice that he's got no clue what I'm talking about. Regardless, his support is unwavering. "How do you feel about it?" "Honestly, I think it's some of the best stuff I've ever done. This isn't just some exposé, it might shine enough light to bring about some meaningful change." "Wow," he sounds genuinely impressed. "I love hearing you like this. Upbeat and ready for whatever's coming up." "Thanks." "Hang on." Even with his hand muffling the phone, I can make out his boss's voice and can tell he's been caught. "Okay," I hear him say. "I'll be right back in." When he speaks again, his voice is clear. "Hey, Abby. You've got to go, don't you?" "Yeah, Jack's busting my chops over here. Gotta get back to work." "I understand," I say, quietly resenting that my dad is still busting his knuckles on carburetors for that greasy, ungrateful dickhead, Jack Williams. "Talk to you later, Dad." "Look, before I go," he jumps in. "Any chance of you coming up for a visit now that the article's done? You're bound to have some time off, and I'd love to see you." "I'd love to see you too, Dad." Casting a sideways glance, I look at the stack of proposals I've lined up to try and bid on my next assignment, knowing full well I'm not getting out of Houston anytime soon. We'll see how my schedule plays out. If I can break away, of course, I'll come. "I'd love that," he says immediately, and I feel bad for offering a crumb of hope I'm just going to have to take back. "I'm just so proud of you, Abby." The emotion in his voice catches me off guard. It takes me a second to be able to speak without him hearing the tears in my voice. "Thank you, Dad. I love you." "Love you too, sweetie. Bye-bye." "Bye." The call ends, and I let the phone fall into my lap and stare at it for a second through watery eyes. One thing about my father, he may not have the first idea about what it is that I do, but I've never once doubted that he's forever in my corner. That makes it sting when I so consciously avoid anything to do with Brightwood, Ohio. If he wasn't there, I'd never set foot in that town again. Even with my dad locked in that little town, I almost never think about it. My life has grown in so many ways since I left, And a little part of me has always felt like it was out of the desire to put the life I had.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.